Welcome to English 7 with Mrs. Grillot. I'm Andrea Grillot, and here's a little bit about me. I've been teaching for 17 years. We moved a lot when my husband and I were in grad school, and we both did volunteer programs when we were much younger. So I've taught lots of things. Elementary school, been a reading specialist. Middle school English is one of my favorite things to teach. We have two kids. My daughter is going into 7th grade, and she's a very high achieving student who wants to do super well. And my son has some special needs. And so as a parent and as a teacher, I get that every kid is different, and I try to do what I can to really help all students be successful. Here's how you can contact me. This is my syllabus actually that I'm presenting. And so the links I will link the YouTube video to my syllabus. Okay, so email is the best way to get a hold of me. All the information that I'm presenting today is on the syllabus and on the teacher website. In 7th grade English, we study the state standards for 7th grade. There's a focus on reading comprehension, literary response and analysis, written and oral language conventions, and writing and speaking strategies and skills. And over here is the difference kind of between honors and college prep, which people often wonder about, especially when they're starting and they're new to the district. Students can be successful in 7th grade English by staying focused in class, arriving to class on time, completing the work in a timely manner, being persistent, making sure they reread directions and pay attention to details, communicating if they're having problems or difficulties, showing respect to others and themselves, and always trying their best to do their best work. We do have book distributions planned for our novels that we will be reading this year, and I will give you more information about that when those are coming up. During a typical class, we do both synchronous and asynchronous time because it's very difficult for everybody to be on the screen all the time, every day. Okay, so often I do some sort of social emotional welcoming activity, and I take attendance. I share the learning goals. I do direct instruction. Often we'll do some sort of breakout groups or some sort of individual work time. And I'm always available during the entire class time via the Meet. So even if students go off to work independently, they can always come back into the Meet at any point to get clarification or ask for help. As well as I am often arrange office hours meets in the afternoon with students who might want a little bit of extra support too. So class time is both synchronous and asynchronous. Academic honesty is really important, especially while we're doing this distance learning. Students are expected to complete their work in their own words. Even if they work on an assignment, it is with a friend. I expect that the two completed assignments are going to be in their own words and be different. So there's all the information on academic honesty. Grades are based on points. I don't break things into categories. I do weigh things. So sometimes you might see the point value is very high because I'm maybe importing it from a third-party website. Like right now we're doing a bunch of activities on Common Lit, and it automatically scores it on a 100-point scale. And rather than manually going through and changing 140 grades, I import it into Aries and then I weight it so that it matches and fits in with the rest of the assignments. This is the grading scale. It's a hard and fast rule that an 89.5 is an A, and an 89.4 is a B, and that breaks some kids' hearts at the end of the semester, but we have to have a line somewhere. And I went over this very thoroughly. Parents should check Aries about once a week. I always try to update Aries about once a week. If your student's going to be absent, please call the office and let the attendance clerk know. And then your student should try to make up that work. Usually it's about the number of days that they were gone. It's about the amount of time they have to make up the work. If there's a special circumstance, they just need to communicate with me, okay? So we take attendance, and I think you're learning about those attendance codes. In my syllabus are all the links to the things the students learned at the beginning of the year about the Tech Hub, about Aries, about Google Classroom. I gave all the parents access to Google Classroom. I get a Google Classroom report for my two kids once a week, and it's a really nice way to make sure that they're turning in all their assignments and staying on task. Although my son has been known to turn things in when they're not fully completed. So just because you see that something's been turned in does not mean that there isn't a comment from me asking a student to finish it or go back and fix something. So if something's been kind of lingering as ungraded, usually it's because the student needs to go back and fix something. So that would be, if you have a student like my son, you might want to make sure that they're not just turning things in so that you don't see it. And that's our privacy statement that the district asked us all to post. Occasionally I record a meet really for attendance purposes and just to have a record of it. And that's really why it's not shared outside the district. It's not shared with other students. So my mantra this year is to assume good intentions, right? I'm going to assume that parents are doing the best job they can helping their students access all the online learning, or when we're back in school, access all the back in school learning, whenever that is. I'm assuming that your student is working very hard and trying their very best. And I hope that you assume that I'm working really hard and trying my very best. And so if there's a miscommunication or a problem, we just need to really get in touch and try to get to the bottom of it. And so I will always try to work with you to help your student. I'm very student focused, and my goal is to help every student be successful in my class. And I usually respond to emails within 24 hours, Monday through Friday, like during school hours. And then I believe that everybody clicked and acknowledged the syllabus form. So thank you for letting me teach your children. Thank you for supporting them as they, enter middle school, enter this kind of uncertain time, and do their very best at all this distance learning and in-person learning whenever we're able to safely do that. Please, please, please let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything at all that I can help you with. I'm really looking forward to a great year. Thank you.